Hello everyone, LRon here with part 3 of my total Terraria world Annihilation. In the previous video, I gave a update on where things were with Paradise Lost, and I feel like this video should probably take care of the equivalent for CSGO, because in my previous update earlier in the year, I mentioned both Paradise Lost and Counter-Strike. So things kind of fell apart in terms of the hyper-training. I finished all of the all that book smarts and research stuff, and you know, the solo simulations and whatnot, and for a while we did have a team of people playing on private servers to get me some form of real person experience, but that group was supposed to stick around for pretty much all the way up until my debut in September, but they at some point decided to move on to like Grand Theft Auto heists and various other things. So the big training crew kind of disbanded, and also I was supposed to be paired up with someone else. That other person still is interested in playing and stuff, but about 3 months ago, his sound got completely messed up. He got static every time he queued up with anyone. So if he played solo, then it would work fine. But if he queued up, even without anything else like Skype or TeamSpeak or anything else running, whenever someone would push to talk, there would be so much static that he wouldn't be able to hear footsteps or comprehend what's going on. It really just made everything a big chore for him, and we tried extensively to debug the situation, and we actually finally figured out what was wrong earlier this week. So late September, well past when I was expecting to have my debut, we finally discover what had happened, because we revisited the issue, maybe a couple nights a month to see A, if it's still happening, and B, if we have more creative ways to try to fix it. It ultimately ended up being something that was Valve's fault. In one of the patches, they changed something in config.cfg, and lucky me, I have my config.cfg set to read-only because I have an auto-exec that needs to get automatically executed, and they like to delete that line that says exec auto-exec whenever I try to add it to config.cfg, so I keep that file set to read-only so that I don't have to worry about those kinds of things. And that essentially spared me from the problem. And at some point, even though his control scheme's completely different than my control scheme, he's like, you know what, give me your config.cfg. And we tried it, and it worked. He had to suffer a deathmatch with arrow keys, because Aswad sucks and I don't use it. but he was able to hear people and there was no static, and everything started to look up a bit. Of course, neither of us have played since he started having the sound issue, so we are now rusty out of our mind. But we're still willing to give it a shot. Long story short, we will still have some Counter-Strike videos coming up, but I will not be the super god that Alpha was hoping to carve me into. It also doesn't help that my schizophrenia comes with early onset dementia, so I'm getting dementia long before I really should, because for whatever reason it's coming sooner than it naturally would. Usually it's supposed to start at the age of 35 for schizophrenics, but it's starting for me at a much younger age, let's put it that way. And dementia, or at least, these early components, it blunts my reaction times. So Counter-Strike's all about reaction times, so, I'll probably see the person before they do, but it takes my brain a lot longer to tell my index finger to apply pressure to the left click than the other person. So that combined with rust and less specialized, essentially 10 stacked simulated competitive matches than we would have hoped to have will make me probably be just slightly better than a true noob. But that's fine. Hopefully there's still some entertainment value in that. So that's probably all there is to say on the Counter-Strike front for now. Oh, I guess there is one more thing. I did get a couple of low-end donations, so I'll formally thank those people during the Counter-Strike debut, or competitive debut, that's going to come up at some point. Another thing that's gonna stall me and make me not meet my September goal is that whole needing to be level 3 business. All the training that we were doing was on private servers, so I didn't get credit for experience because you only get credit for official Valve servers, and so casual is a terrible place. It actually lowers your skills because it puts you in the wrong mindset. There's not supposed to be 10 oppers per side in a given fight. Whoever tells you otherwise is trying to sell you an op. So I kind of just limit myself to playing maybe only like 4 casuals a week, which is around the amounts that it would take for the weekly bonus to wear off, and I would only get natural experience. So I'll probably get sometime in October. That about does it for this video. I will see you next video.